Bird.
Hey, Loon, on Friday, this was an opponent that beat you by 17. You guys swung that around for an 8-point victory. What did you do to regroup, watch the tape, and to make this a better game?
I think the last game we didn't beat ourselves. They played really good, but we had a lot of turnovers. Coming off a back-to-back, we didn't play with the proper energy and the proper force that it is to beat a team like that. They really handed it to us, so we was able to have to sleep on that, and a lot of trash talk going on. So we bounced back and showed who we are. We can't lose back-to-back games at home, so we just wanted to just play harder, execute it more, and we didn't turn the ball over as much.
With the trash talk and with the energy in that fourth quarter, back and forth, what did you think of Draymond's dunk in the night-night?
That was great. That makes the NBA fun. We get to compete like that. Both teams out there, battling, competing with all they got, and trash talk, going back and forth. It makes basketball fun, and we was able to see that tonight.
A season-high 12 points for you, a dunk as well coming from Steph. When you set all those screens over the years for him, how does he reward you?
It's always great to be part of, get dunks, get assists from Steph. He has so much gravity and cause so much chaos on the court. I'm able to get easy layups and different things like that. So being able to end it with a dunk and do different things like that is always a lot of fun.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, KB. Now it's time to fly above the rim, courtesy of OAK. We have some dunks in this game right here. Lindy Waters finding Loon.
Loon!
Two
Get
hands for
up,
safety.
young man.
Two hands for safety, Zena.
I love it, him regressing in age here.
P2.
Now I saw this in real time, and it looked like he floated off the rim after.
Air Congo!
Okay, Fezzy fell.
And the night-night.
Night-night.
Hit it.
That's right, Dre. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
got the fans doing it too.
Night-night.
There it is, J.K. Draymond. And he held that night-night for a long time.
I
Minnesota.
don't know when he's gonna have another dagger like that. He had to. That was great.
That was
great.
perfect time, man. Steph set the screen. It was Gobert. He left him in the dust. That was sweet.
Especially after Ant-Man walked off the floor Friday night yelling at everybody,
Oh, my gosh.
including Joe Lacob and Deebo Samuel. As we look at the team stat comparison for tonight, the Warriors were not shooting worth the lick in the first half. They get their three-point percentage up to 39% overall. Out-rebounded a bigger and more physical T-Wolves, so they say, right? 28 assists, 8 steals, the points in the paint, a plus 18 for the Dubs. And you see those points off turnovers. They did a great job there. Let's hear from Steve Kerr after the Warriors get the win over Minnesota.
How much of the Gary start was just to get him on Edwards, and then what did you think about what he did?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big part of it. Without Wiggs, we wanted to start Gary on Ant and just have our best defender on him right away. Gary's also historically really good with Steph. And then we just felt like we got to get Buddy going, and it's the best way to do it is put him out there with that group. And, if Buddy's out there with Steph, that makes the game easier for him too. So that's why we went the route we did, and it looked like, it took us a little bit of time, but opened up the game for us, and our guys just, stayed with it, and eventually we started hitting shots.
Obviously, Buddy's best game in a long time. What did you see from him getting in the flow of the offense and really catching fire there?
Well, it took him a little bit. He missed shots early, and but we're at our best when we're playing fast and with a lot of pace, and that's what Buddy does really well. He runs the floor in transition, probably better than anybody, on our team. He just sprints to the corners, and it creates a lot of space. And he's, early in the season, he was getting a lot of shots in transition from the corners. And so that was kind of the idea, see if we could get him going again. Our offense has really been struggling. So he just, eventually found his comfort zone and confidence and got going again.
Held them to 16 points in the fourth quarter. Edwards only had 3, kind of the reverse of last night.
Yeah.
What was the key defensively in the fourth?
Gary. I mean, also the help behind him. I mean, Draymond and J.K. both made some really good plays at the rim. Draymond's help allows Gary to, to maintain that pressure on Edwards and trust that he's got help behind him. But I thought Gary was just brilliant tonight.
Over here, Steve. Talking about Gary, I mean, Ant got up and a couple of guys got up to go to the scorer's table, and Gary, and also at the very same time, entered the game. You got less than 10 minutes to go. You're up 6. What did you want him to do to Ant? I mean, was it just scoring, defending, taking over? What was the goal for Gary there?
Just to make things hard. I mean, Ant is incredible player, and late third, he just had it rolling, and So at that point, it's just put your best defender on them, and you don't really want to send a double team because you got other guys who are knocking down shots. Alexander Walker was hot. So we just wanted Gary to play him straight up, give him some help, in the gaps, try to make things a little crowded without double teaming, and Gary and the guys behind him did a great job of that.
Is one of his talents just being super annoying?
Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot like Raymond Ritter. Gary talks to Raymond a lot about how to be annoying, and I think Gary has found his career here. He bounced around, played in the G League, played all over the place, but what his forte is he is elite defensively, and I think part of being a great defender is you got to bother people. It's different from Raymond because Raymond can't guard anybody. He just bothers people, in other words.
All right, that was Steve Kerr presented by BMW. Look at the shooting splits from the previous 7 games, and we talked about it. The offense was stagnant. But you see tonight, it flipped, especially in that second half when they outscored the T-Wolves 65-48, scored 114 points after a season low 90 Friday night. You see they shoot 46.5% from the floor and 39 from 3, and the assist numbers were up. So that ball started hopping, especially in the second half, Lily.
The ball was hopping, but if I had to pinpoint one thing that I saw that was different, it was the screening. Whether it be on-ball screening, pin downs for Steph, flash screens, a lot of them involving Rudy Gobert, but just causing that interchange where you make the Minnesota Timberwolves defense to make a decision. Are you going to switch? Are you going to double? And the Warriors figured them out. I really think it all started with Kevon Looney. When he started sending those screens on Steph's ball screens, he got that early dunk. All of a sudden you saw Jonathan Kuminga involved, you saw Draymond involved, all with Rudy Gobert up above the three-point line. He could not recover. Steve Kerr talked about GP2's defense. So with Draymond guarding Gobert, Draymond can be the free safety back there, supporting help. He never has to really leave the paint area. So that was a key, too.
I think what Mully's talking about, too, is very technical about the screening. From an energy perspective, I think the defense got them going. The intentionality was way more locked in than you saw on Friday night because I think they were excited by what they were generating on defense to go in and be more locked in on those screens and making sure that they're in the right places. And also, one thing that you notice from this game versus last game, the rotating around when people are dribble driving, right? There was a lot of popcorn watching last game, a lot of people watching JK make his move on his own, a lot of people watching Steph Curry make his move on his own. This time, it was, okay, they're driving in at this angle. Can I walk around to make sure I'm in their line of sight for a kick out 3, for, whatever it was. So there's a lot more intentionality, and the energy, I think, was really generated by defense.
And we saw that with JK on Julius Randle
For
in that third quarter. I really thought he took the physicality to Julius Randle, and that spurred a 44-point quarter. All right, we're going to go back inside the Chase Center with KB, who's standing by with Brandon Pajewski.
Well, I talked to Kevon, who mentioned a lot of trash talking in this game, a lot of intensity, maybe a little fun. How did this one feel compared to the last one?
Yeah, it felt, more intense. Obviously, Ant talks a lot over there, and the relationship him and Steph built during Team USA. You love the competitive, nature of what he brings, what Steph brings, and then everybody else just in the game and on the bench kind of feeds off it. So I thought the environment was great, fans were great, and we got the win, which is most important.
But Buddy started lighting up in that second half. What do you think changed for him?
He just saw some easy ones go through. He just was taking what the defense gave him tonight, and obviously coach switched the lineup around, had him out there with Steph, so probably a little bit more space for him to operate. And he saw some early ones go in, and then as a guy that shoots the ball like he does, once you see some easy ones go in, the hard ones become easier too.
And what do you observe about Steph in a game like this? He starts to get that look in his eye. He had the 3 at the buzzer. He seems to really live for these moments.
Yeah, we've been seeing this for over a decade now. But he's just composed and poised and tries to make the right play every time in those situations. And, I think he's a big part of why we won tonight.
What did you think about Draymond dropping the night-night?
Yeah, I thought he almost broke his neck doing it. He wasn't even playing defense at that next possession. He was just doing that the whole time. So to see him kind of break out something that's so special with Steph was pretty cool.
Can he celebrate a little early?
Yeah, he can.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
All right, Fezzi will be proud of us. Even though he's low managing, we're going to break down some defense on the other side. Plus, the highlight zone included that one right there. That was a filthy, filthy shot by the chef.
Toyota Warriors post-game live.
Time now for the Toyota drive ahead as we look at the 2-week calendar, and all we're focused on is Wednesday because, Bully, it's time to turn up. Cup fever's back.
You see the floor. In November, it's Tuesdays and Fridays. In December, we switch to Wednesdays, a special night. So
switch
get
up.
ready. Houston, you have a problem.
They've lost 15 games in a row to the Golden State Warriors.
They have a major problem now.
Major problem.
Tari
Let's
Eason.
keep it that way.
Keep it that way. Tari Eason didn't play the last time out against the Warriors.
And I know, and I'm sure he's very upset about it. I know they're going home. Their prayers before Wednesday. Please let us beat the Warriors. Please let us beat the Warriors. Please let us beat the Warriors.
The Warriors can carry over tonight's performance because attacking the paint, no shot blockers with Houston. So they can really get into that paint early and often and then open up the perimeter for, later in the game. But I think it's going to be really important that they really test Şengün at that rim.
Yep.
They're young and athletic, but you can really make them pay defensively.
And
They've improved defensively, but they're still young.
Real quick, Z, Andrew Wiggins told Mark Spears of ESPN that he is going to try to go Wednesday night against Houston.
That's great. That's more rim pressure. That's people coming off of screens, being able to pressure Şengün at the basket, just like you mentioned, Mully. It's also important that they understand. Use what you did tonight. Get in those ball screens. Get in those actions that allow you to do something on purpose. Rather than trying to find and figure out your offense as you go, you want some purposeful offense.
I have a question. He told Mark Spears. Did he tell Steve Kerr?
Hopefully he did. Hopefully he did.
Well, Mark
Mark's
Spears
a
will
big
tell
timer.
Steve Kerr.
Mark Spears is a big timer.
By the way, big man.
There it is, Bonte.
It's NBA Cup,
NBA
Bully.
Emirates Cup. Let's go.
Quarterfinal action Wednesday with the winner going to Las Vegas for the semifinals.
For the
Against
Final Four.
For the Final Four. It gets either OKC or Klay Thompson. How ironic would that be?
That would be
How
awesome.
cool would that? Dallas against the Warriors in the
the best game of the
semifinals?
season so far.
It was the best game of the season. On the other side of the bracket, Grant Liftman's Hawks playing the New York Knicks. They've been on a roll.
We'll worry
recently.
about that later.
Yeah.
We'll worry about that later.
Think
Let's take
about
care
that
of business.
matchup. Trey Young is the Knicks villain.
He did.
Like, there's some really good matchups and storylines in these games.
Oh, I love it.
Get excited,
Come on,
Mully.
Mully.
I'm excited to take care of Houston Wednesday first.
Yeah, but I'm too
fast,
excited.
fast.
I see the bracket. I see Vegas. It's right there. We
It's
can
right
taste
there.
it, Willie.
Oh, I'm all in, dude. You know that.
I know. I do know that. Ime Udoka's all in, too, with Dylan Brooks. That's going to be a fun game here. But, hey, we're going to throw it back here. Sakti's godson. He's a baller. I don't know if you guys know this.
No.
Shout out to Sakti's godson, Hayden Belandra, for this game-winning buzzer beater to lift St. Dunstan's CYO squad from Millbrae to victory. Oh!
Wow.
Hayden Belandra.
Wow. With the walk to the huddle, let us boys know.
How about that, Hayden? Sakti's godson. Sakti, you been teaching him how to shoot?
That was a combination of Steph Curry ran the floor like Buddy Hield, pulled up. That was clutch.
With the one dribble pull up?
One dribble
Did you
pull
see
up.
the arc on that
I
thing?
did see the arc. That was
Wow,
beautiful. He's been in the
okay.
gym.
Like Purvis Short.
There it is.
They're going to keep
have to
saying
look
names
that
that
up.
I have to go do research on. It's cool. It's fine. I've learned Sam Jones
You'll
and
be
now
amazed.
Purvis Short.
That's right.
There we go.
Final takeaway from tonight.
Way to take care of the ball in the second half and way to run things on purpose on offense.
Nice adjustments offensively, more screening on the ball, off the ball, taking care of the ball, and get high-quality shots, you'll knock them down.
Yeah, 44 points in that third quarter. No turnovers as they shot
And
72.5% in that
They only
frame.
gave up 16 in the fourth quarter.
No doubt.
There
Played
you
the
go.
defense there on Anthony Edwards late and on Minnesota. So a much-needed win for the Golden State Warriors. Pajimski.
Baby
little brother.
Pajimski came through.
He came through. He was in the building. I almost guaranteed a win. So I'm sorry about the odds, fellas. But great job, Gina. Good stuff, Mully. Good to see you. Doves Talk Live is next with the great KB and Petaluma's finest, Dalton Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.